Next on Worcester News Tonight, a lightning strike causes a 3-alarm fire in Webster. Tonight, we're hearing from the homeowner. Plus, a Worcester police officer honored tonight for demonstrating actions above and beyond the call of duty. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Anna Botari. Governor Charlie Baker and Lieutenant Governor Karen Polito honored police officers from across Massachusetts tonight, including one from Worcester, who have shown exemplary acts of bravery. Worcester police officer Robert Sansucci was presented with the Trooper George Alhanna Medal of Valor after he risked his own life last September to save a man in distress on the roof of the Union Station garage. The man attempted to harm himself by jumping from the ledge of the garage. Officer Sansucci grabbed onto the man's torso to pull him to safety, and additional officers assisted in pulling them both back onto the garage.
I'm incredibly proud of him. It's really an extraordinary thing he did. It was, would have been a very tough death, and he came within a fraction of a second of going down himself. All for a stranger who was, someone he'd never met before and who was thinking about taking his own life. So it's definitely something that was extraordinary. It's well deserving of the award.
The award for bravery is an annual award ceremony named after George Hanna, who lost his life serving the Commonwealth on February 26, 1983. A Webster family is picking up the pieces Friday. Their home was struck by lightning and it sparked a 3-alarm fire. Several surrounding towns from both Massachusetts and Connecticut responded to the fire. Our Brittany Schaefer has the latest.
Joe Gonzalez is still trying to process a reality he wishes wasn't true. A lightning strike ignited flames and destroyed his Webster home Thursday night.
I've never been through anything like this ever in my life, and it's crazy that you can just lose something so quick, something that you work so hard for.
Gonzalez was driving home when his girlfriend called saying the house was struck by lightning. But it wasn't until Gonzalez got home when he realized there was a fire.
I got here and I seen smoke coming out the vent of the roof. And I just got everybody out and tried to get my pets out.
Firefighters arrived to the home in flames. The severity of the fire and the hot temperatures sent 3 firefighters to the hospital, 2 from the neighboring Dudley Fire Department.
I had heard that 2 of my people were transported because of heat exhaustion, and it's a little nerve-wracking. You're always concerned about your people because, I care about all my guys. They're like a second family.
All 3 firefighters are doing well Friday. Chief Dean Kochanowski says the men were inside the multifamily home for 15 minutes before suffering from heat exhaustion.
You can see this is a very heavy material. When it's hot and humid, like 90s heat wave summer type weather, it makes it 3 times that much worse.
Gonzalez says although this is a tough time for his family, the support he's received is heartwarming.
A lot of people that didn't even know us came and offered us, food, a place to stay, and, there's still some good people in this world.
The home is unfortunately a total loss. Gonzalez says they hope to rebuild on the same property. Brittany Schaefer, Worcester News Tonight.
A fire on Sturgis Street in Worcester damages a vacant home. The building owner says there was a fire at the 3-decker last week and it was already boarded up from the previous fire. The Worcester Fire Department says there was a fire on all 3 floors when firefighters arrived. Signs on the building say there's up to a $5,000 award for anyone with information. No injuries were reported. Another lightning strike caused a school cancellation in the Quabbin Regional School District. National Grid was on scene Friday at the middle high school in Barre. The school district saying lightning struck a nearby power line late Thursday afternoon. The school was without power until around 9:30 this morning. The district's elementary school had classes as usual. It has not yet determined how the school will make up the day. Double sessions are expected for students at Quabog Regional Middle School starting next week. Students have not started their school year yet due to the mold found in the building. The district superintendent says he's hopeful at least part of the building will be open for classes next Tuesday. A finalized schedule will be published by the superintendent as soon as test results show the school is clear of mold. Students were originally scheduled to start earlier this week. A surprise donation at Worcester's Vernon Hill Elementary School Friday has kids excited for the school year. The school's principal says items were much needed, and now teachers could focus more on lesson plans rather than buying supplies for classrooms. Our Chandler Walsh has the story.
Vernon Hill Elementary students are excited to begin the school year prepared.
This will be a better year than last year.
The school's 567 students received backpacks stocked with school supplies at an assembly Friday. Scotty's Facial Tissues and the Kids in Need Foundation supplied the donation, and the Worcester School is one of only 3 in the country to receive it.
We think the students and the teachers will be more confident knowing that they have what they need and that they can plan lessons and they can leverage those tools to really help the kids.
Scotty's also upgraded the school's STEM corner with tools including 6 microscopes. School principal Craig Doughton says Vernon Hill didn't have funding for microscopes in years prior and will now be able to go further with their experiments.
One of the things we did last year was extracting DNA from a strawberry. And students, we didn't have the materials to really do it, so they were able to have fun with it, but now they'll really be able to be more engaged with this activity.
Doughton says the donation eliminates stress for students' families and teachers. He says there's always a need for school supplies, and teachers are often left to fill the gaps and get creative with their lesson plans.
Before, we were struggling to get to the end of the year. With their donation was so gracious that we should be able to finish this year.
6th graders Jacob and Nyana say it was a fun surprise and will help them have a strong school year.
Some of them I actually needed. Like I needed the markers and stuff. I'll work harder instead of worrying about not having supplies.
That was our Chandler Walsh reporting. Good Chemistry is back open Friday, days after the state's Department of Public Health closed it. The medical marijuana dispensary in Worcester says state regulators are reviewing several practices at their cultivation facility in Bellingham, but operations were not placed on hold. Until the state completes its review, the shop will be providing patients a full range of cannabis products from state-licensed cultivators from across the state. Coming up next,